The doctor was only able to rouse herself briefly, which allowed for a short interaction with us. Then she returned to her isolation pod. She released some kind of black fog that has obscured all our attempts to observe what's going on inside the pod. Subsequent attempts at communication have met with no reply.
I see.
She said that large numbers of gray space entities have been summoned by the Hive Mother and are heading for the deep ocean near Innis, where there are some things they are very interested in.
What's this Hive Mother? A gray space entity that's higher up the chain of
I'm afraid a definitive answer may require the doctor's input. Our main concern right now lies in Innis. The doctor has already warned us numerous times that the second city is in extreme danger. That is, Archon Larson has already put patrols near Innis on high alert. But recently, we haven't received any reports of a gray space entity intrusion. It's possible the gray space entities have found a way to cloak their arrival via an as-yet undetected method. My next question would be, what exactly is attracting them to the area? Director Ava, did Rebellia say anything more detailed in regard to Innis?
No, and I'm afraid she did not appear to be in the best state of mind. She claimed to be suffering under the effects of the Hive Mother's will, and that she was not able to interact much at all with us as a result. Moreover, she soon disappeared back into the black fog I mentioned. Stasis chamber data anomaly. Miss Lin, the doctor said...
I can hear you.
Rebellia.
But the Hive Mother can hear you too.
Where is the Hive Mother?
In my head, whatever I see, whatever I hear, she hears and sees. And I can't escape her, even in this pod.
She can sense your surroundings somehow?
Any gray space entity can become the eyes and ears of the Hive Mother if she so chooses. Nor can I do anything to resist her will. I know that when she looks at me, she can see whatever I see. Right now, when the bulk of her attention is still focused on the Innis artifact under the sea, I can maybe conceal a little bit of what I'm thinking from her. But I'm not sure how long that will last.
What is this artifact?
I don't know. I can't fully comprehend the will of the Hive Mother. All I know is she's calling me, and the call is getting stronger and stronger. She needs all of her millions of children to go and release her.
Release her?
The Hive Mother herself is currently imprisoned within a cage of black stone. But the power of the cage is gradually weakening. And when finally that cage is broken, the Hive Mother will re-emerge fully into our world.
A cage of black stone?
I can't get any kind of accurate sense of the Hive Mother's current location.
Perhaps there is a pocket of abnormal space, like the confounding abyss near Innis.
It's difficult to imagine what kind of person could have the power to cage the Hive Mother. But I suspect the Blackstone ruins left in the confounding abyss may be their handiwork as—
I don't know much about that. I have no access to the minds of those powerful abyssins. But as for the inferior, younger gray space entities, they do not have the ancient memories of the Hive Mother, nor seek to continue her ancient grievances. I'm still trying to establish closer contact with them, and some kind of rapport. But I feel like the closer I get—
Rubilia?
The stasis chamber's readout has returned to normal.
Listen carefully. She is keeping a close eye on me. I have to retreat back into the fog. She can use all my senses for her own purposes. Only the fog blocks her vision. Innis, you have to.
If what the doctor just said is true, then I'm afraid the entire region may not be the friendly human habitat we imagined. I will inform Hycros headquarters of what has transpired here and request urgent reinforcements. We will have to prepare for the worst.
It doesn't look like the doctor is capable of many conversations in her...
Yes, we'll have to see whether we can minimize or cut off the Hive Mother's influence. It might help to stabilize her. Lyra, can I leave that to you?
Yes, sir.
For the time being, Dr. Rubilia will have to remain confined within her pod. We can't risk bringing her back to Meloria at this stage. Director Eva, an executor team led by Captain Merrill will help you shore up the research station's defenses.
Yes, sir.
As for Inners, Lynn, can you organize a team to investigate? And if necessary, we may need to stagger an evacuation of Inners' population.
Understood.
Time is against us. I suggest using the long-range space rift located within the station to reach Innis directly.
And as for Rubilia...
Don't worry, Miss Lynn. We'll look after her.
Very well. Executor, Shirley, let's...
Sorry for delaying your important mission. Is the space rift out of act? It seems so. Strange. It was working just fine 5 minutes ago. Then, when I was running some basic system checks, suddenly, I couldn't locate the space rift beacon.
And why...
Well, we're running diagnostics to see if the machine is malfunctioning, but it could be a problem with the relay station or Inner's own space rift. Yes? Hello? Did you manage to get in touch with the technician in Inner's? Oh, what's that? Then, bad news. Something's happened to Outpost 10. And where is Outpost?
In the ring-shaped river valley not too far away. Outpost 10 is responsible for servicing our telecommunications and space rift networks with Innis. A problem of this magnitude with Outpost 10 means we've lost contact with Innis altogether. I don't think it's a coincidence. I suspect the outpost may well have already come under Gray Space Entity's attack. Shelley, please inform—
Okay, understood.
Any news?
I've been trying to make contact with the outpost for a while, but there's no response. It seems something really did happen.
Could it just be a problem with the Outpost's communication?
If it was just an equipment malfunction, the outpost would have already gotten someone to inform us. But we've heard nothing from— But if the place had indeed come under Gray Space Entity's attack, the executor there would have notified headquarters right away. We haven't picked up any—
Unless what?
Unless the outpost's defenders were taken out so quickly that they didn't even have time to get a simple message out.
But no ordinary Gray Space entity is capable of taking out an entire outpost's executor team. Tianlong, which execute—
I think her name is Umi? Relatively new.
Let's go. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Stay sharp, everybody. I'm detecting gray space entity activity nearby. Stay sharp, everybody. I'm detecting gray space entity activity nearby.
So the outpost really was attacked.
Stay sharp, everybody. I'm detecting gray space entity activity nearby.
So the outpost really was attacked.
Stay sharp, everybody. I'm detecting gray space entity activity nearby.
What's it doing?
Wow, that's insane! Officer Lin! District 7 Executor
So you're...
Yes, Officer Lin.
Just call me Lin. What happened to your outpost?
I've just returned myself. I was ordered to hunt down several gray space entities en route to attack the outpost when I intercepted their distress signal. I hurried back immediately.
Proper procedure requires that you immediately relay news of the attack on the... And what of your
I don't know. On my way back, I'm detecting faint signs of life in one of the lower areas.
The outpost should have a built-in safe house for emergencies. Maybe the survivors hidden...
Right! The safe house. What?
The Hatcher is a special kind of gray space entity only recently discovered. Strange to find them here.
Look! The missing personnel!
Stop looking around. Get rid of the enemy first.
I performed a thorough check. They appear to have simply passed out. No sign of injury or loss of life.
They just passed out? Why would the gray space entities...
It may be a characteristic unique to Hatchers.
Notify headquarters of what's happened, Tianlong. Ask them to send a crew at once to pick up the injured. Also, Shirley, are you still picking up nearby...
There are no more stable gray space entities. Miss Shirley, you can detect gray space entities? I've asked Shelley to make a few upgrades to my powers. Incredible.
Enough chit-chat. Umi, do you think that the outpost's equipment is still in good working?
I'll have...
Let's also try to collect any clues we can nearby. We may have eliminated all the gray space entities.
Oh no. I wasn't able to restart the system.
Why?
The signal base station we used to connect to Innes is malfunctioning. And I can't get the auto diagnostics to run. It needs a manual reset.
Signal base station. Weren't they built in the miasmic swamp ahead? Do you think they've also been attacked?
Meroria always set up important field equipment like that with defensive force fields. No ordinary gray space entities would have the power. What concerns me more is that the base station came under attack at the same time as this outpost. In other words, we are not dealing with random events, but a coordinated plan by gray space...
Do you really think the gray space entities could... I mean, aren't they basically just what...
Umi, do you really think they are simply wild...
What do I think?
Tianlong.
They've sent a team to take over the site. Archon Larson wants us to go ahead and look into the anomalous space station in the miasmic swamp. We need to restore the network as soon as possible.
In that case, can I volunteer to protect the outpost until they arrive?
No, you're coming with us. You know much more about what to expect in the miasmic swamp.
Then...
We've already eliminated the local gray space entities, and the team from headquarters should arrive any minute now.
Here we are. It should be just ahead.
Very dense underbrush. Good to see the local ecosystem is thriving.
That is true to an extent, yes. A lot of animal and plant species would consider this something akin to heaven.
I wonder why Miroria never had the idea of setting up a settlement.
By heaven, I didn't mean one for humans. Notice the thin mist up ahead? That's not water humidity. It's an airborne toxin harmful to humans.
An airborne
They once established an ecology research station here during the surface recolonization era. The place was home to quite a number of species human scientists had improved through genetic engineering. The gray space entities destroyed the station sometime later, setting the station's experiments loose into the surrounding. Most of the species quickly adapted, and indeed soon evolved into something approximating a fairly holistic ecosystem. Unfortunately, one of the accidental byproducts of this new ecosystem was a deadly toxin. Rainfall and high humidity disperse a lot more of the toxin into the air. In short, it's become a terrible place.
Can I ask you how you came to know the history of...
No, I just heard it in passing from some friends who had been stationed here. You know.
Let's chat about this later. Right now.
Right. There are 3 signal bit... Alert! Gray space entities ahead!
Not at all surprised, to be honest.
Do you often see gray space and...
We might come across a few wandering gray space entities from time to time, but not...
These are the least of my worries. What we should be...
Oh. There's not going to be some big, powerful monster watching us from the shadows, is there?
Whatever the danger is, that's why we're here. Umi.
Officer Lin, I suggest we split up for the next...
Is that so?
The 3 base stations are located in different parts of the miasmic swamp. Going one by one will take a long time. It may be better,
but we're not familiar with the terrain here.
True, but we don't have the luxury of time. Right now, our orders are to repair the base stations ASAP. I think Umi has a good point.
All right.
Then I'll provide everyone with a map of the area. There you go.
Umi, how do you think we should split up?
Eh?
You're the local expert. Your suggestion carries...
I would say... Base stations 1 and 3 are near our present location. Officer Lin and Tianlong, you could probably handle these 2 respectively. Base station 2 is the furthest, so as the local expert, I think I can lead Shirley and the Executor to tackle that one.
Oh, hey, I don't think that would be very smart.
Oh?
Mainly because I'm not... I don't have a good head for directions.
Shirley and I will handle Base Station 1. Umi, you take the Executor and Tian Long to Base Station 3. Then, if everything works out just fine,
And what if we run into trouble?
you should be able to handle yourself.
Well, when you put it like that, let's go. Umi, have you seen anything like this before?
Oh, wow, cool flowers.
Cool flowers? We're in luck today. I think those flowers only form near an abyssant field.
We're in...
We're asking for trouble. Although, perhaps finding the trouble is more troublesome than the trouble.
How do you know these flowers are being...
The abyssant is close. I can feel it. Also, I've lost contact with
Huh?
Careful not to touch those things. I've never sensed an abyssant like this before.
Safe. At last. So the gray space entities managed to get in here after all.
It's going to be pretty hard for just the three of us to fix damage this extent.
Oh no.
Abyssins? No. I noticed that the nearby force field generators were not taken down by brute force. But these force field generators can only be controlled from a console at Outpost 10. And special authorization—
Tianlong, you mean someone working in the outpost switched off the force?
a working hypothesis. I sincerely doubt gray space entities would have the power to crack a security system that strong.
No. Surely not.
Well, I suppose we can't say anything for sure at this stage. Let's keep going. I'm eager to meet up with Lin and the others at Base Station 2. Perhaps— whatever you do, don't come into contact with the threads around us. It's a trap.